Good morning, everyone. Shibashi time. Hope you enjoyed your week off, and we're up, raring, ready to go, on fire this week. So lots happening. I'm actually home alone at the moment. Hi, Jane. Good morning. Yeah, home alone at the moment. So if anyone does appear, I might have to disappear and deal with them. But Andy should be back shortly. Our guests have gone, so that's good. It's not good they've gone, but good that they're on time going. So they've had a lovely time up in the hut. So hopefully won't get any interruptions. Good news is the Airbnb side of things is going really, really well. So we're booked up through to the end of August. I haven't actually got anyone in tonight, but I've got new guests coming tomorrow, so that gives me plenty of time to do the turnaround on the accommodation. But yeah, it's all going really well, so happy here. I've finally got some paint on the outside of my shed at the moment, so it's now actually starting to look like the brown shed. Managed to do it between some of the storms yesterday, so a good bit of arm work with a brush on, brush off. I need to get another coat on it, but I don't think I'm going to do any of that today. I think I'll give it a rest today. So I know a lot of you have been working out, doing lots of hedge cutting and gardening, all kinds of outside jobs. So it's really important to listen to your body. And I know it's tempting, especially between these showers, to think, oh, I'll just finish that bit. But do small stages, small chunks. If you spend all day going crazy out in the garden, and then the next day you're like, oh God, this hurts and this hurts and this hurts. Well, it's not surprising really. If you spent all day in a gym, you wouldn't be surprised you had aches and pains. And the physical side of what we do outside is just the same really. You're pulling and squatting and bending and moving and working a lot of muscles that you don't usually use. And if you do that for 6 to 8 hours through the day, don't take breaks, don't do some stretches, then you're gonna have sore bits. So try and if you are going out and doing bits and pieces outside, try bits of the warm up before you start. When you finish, have a good long soak in the bath. I did that last night actually. It's the first bath for ages because it's been shower weather, and chuck the old Epsom salts in, and that makes a huge difference. So anyone suffering, try and get that bath time. I've had to move Mavis off my mat because she was flaked out on my Pilates mat, so she's not very impressed by that. So you can tell the weather's cooler because she's actually inside at the moment. We're going to do a shibashi class. I'm still waiting for confirmation on exactly when I'm going to be back in the hall, hoping for Bank Holiday Monday. Fingers crossed on that. I'll update you as soon as we know. We've got a meeting on Thursday this week, so we should finalise what we can and can't do in hall. And yeah, I hope everyone's well, feeling fit, feeling happy, feeling positive. The weather helps. Enjoying staycations if you're having them, and if not, just enjoying where you live, making the best of what you've got, tidying things up. If we're going to have to change the way we live a little bit for the foreseeable, then we want to have somewhere nice and cozy and comfy to do it in. So yeah, getting ready for winter, making sure you've got all the logs in, all the fuel in, everything's working. We did our gutters actually on the weekend and murdered the wisteria. So yeah, that's another 2 jobs off the list. Yeah, so I see Jane's there saying hi. I've got a couple of other watchers. I don't know who you are, but hopefully you're well and happy. We're going to start with our warm-up as usual. So, as always, coming up to my feet. If you're sat down having a cup of tea, put the tea down. Get onto those feet. I'm going to have feet hip bone distance apart. We're starting at the top of the body, working our way through just to get everything moving a little bit. So try and relax all the muscles so you're not holding too much tension anywhere. And we're just going to move the head from right to left. Slowly working from one side to the other. Going from right to left. Then drop that chin down, circling the neck from one side, back through the centre to the other side. Stretching out the back of the neck, across the back of those shoulders. And then bringing the head back to centre. Going to keep looking forward, so fixing the head still and moving the eyes to look up, down, right and left. Up, down, right and left. Waking the eyes up. And one more. Up, down, right and left. Shrug those shoulders up to the ears and let them drop. Bringing them up, let them drop. One more. Shoulders up and just let them drop. Then one shoulder and drop the other shoulder. Now we're not moving the head at all. We're bringing the shoulder up to the ear, not dropping the head down. Just to get some movement in the shoulders. Then take the right arm, we'll circle the whole arm forward and around. Big circle forwards. And then taking it back. Changing arms, going to circle that arm forwards. So as always, move to whatever the body allows you to do. If you've got problems with your shoulder, might just be one shoulder, taking it back. Keep the movement smaller. You should feel you're doing this, but no great pain at all. Anything's too painful, then bring it smaller. Hands to the front of the shoulder blades. We're going to circle the right elbow forward and around. Here comes Mavis. Oh, she's not quite on the screen. And then back and around. Changing arms, taking that elbow forwards and around. And then taking it back. I know people are itching to get back to classes now. I've had a few phone calls, so I'm doing my best. Hopefully as soon as it's possible, we'll be back in group practice. Drop the arms and give them a little swing around the torso, so you're swinging the arms, tapping the front of those shoulders we just worked. Nice brisk swing around the body. Then arms to the front, soft elbows, soft wrists, just circle those hands in. And then take them back the other way. Yeah, there you go, Mavis. Now everyone's more interested in having a look at my cat. Then still in the hands, we're going to make two fists. And then stretch all those fingers out wide. Back into fists and a big stretch of the fingers. One more into fists and stretch the fingers. Drop the hands, we're going to stretch through the sides of the body, so you're going to reach up with the right hand, pushing down with the left, turning the head towards the hand that's reaching up and then glancing up with the eyes. Stretching both sides of the body and then changing arms, reaching up to the sky, pushing down to the earth. Try not to hold your breath while you do this. We'll do one more each side. Reach down and a push up. For at least one breath, if you can, 2 breaths in and out. Changing sides. Reaching up, pushing down. Dropping the arms, going to stretch across the body. So pointing the right hand out long and straight, pointing the finger, pulling back across the chest and looking down that long arm to stretch across the chest. Dropping the arms, do the same to the other side. Pulling back. And one more to each side. Excuse me, I'm just looking to see what that hen's doing. And the other side. Dropping the arms, going to take the heels of the hands into the lower back, pushing down and out. Just a little bit of kidney wiping before we get that lower back moving. Pushing down and out. So you're still really working those shoulders. They should be feeling it by now. It's amazing. Just a few simple stretches and movements. And then give those hands a little shake. We're going to circle the hips round, going round one way, trying to keep the head still if you can. So we're moving from the ankles and the hips, being hula hooping, and then back the other way. Coming down to the knees, give the knees a good rub in and around the knee joint. As always, keep rubbing them if that's what you need to do. Looking down to the ground so you're not stressing the back of the neck. Fingertips on the knees will circle both knees in. Keeping the feet flat to the ground. And then circle the knees out. Really starting to move those ankles now. Then fingertips on the knees. We're going to look up to the right, back through the centre, up to the left. To the right and to the left. So straightening the legs if you can, but if not, to wherever they go. Straightening through the arms. And last one to this side, then coming back to centre. We're going to lift up the right heel and just circle that ankle round one way. Listening for the snap, crackle and pop. So we get the ankles moving. And back the other way. So you're keeping the ball joints of the toes down on the ground. Drop the heel, change feet. So lifting the heel up, circle that ankle round. My right one doesn't have anywhere near the mobility of the left. Taking it back the other way. Then dropping the heel down. And take the right foot very slightly forwards and just lift and lower the toes. To give yourself a very gentle calf stretch. And then turning the whole leg from the hip joint out to the side, so it's in rotation, lifting and lowering the toes. So when you're out this way, you feel it more up into the buttock. Stepping back, take the other foot slightly forward, and it's a lift and lower of the toes. Turning the foot and the whole leg to the side, lift and lower. Stepping back, we're going to heel tap to the front, so bringing a foot up, tapping it with the opposite hand. Remember, you're trying to keep the body straight, so the body's not bending, it's just the leg coming up. And tapping at the heel, wherever you can reach. So if you only get here, that's fine. And then bringing the foot up behind and tapping the heel behind you. Again, somewhere near the heel, in the general direction of the heel. You might feel like you're miles away, but if you actually look at it or get somebody else to look at it, you're probably really, really close. Okay, now feet facing forwards, marching through the feet. You all know how this goes. It's toes, toe, heel, heel, out, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in, toe, toe, heel, heel, out, in. Warm up, done. Grab your water, make sure you've got your water. Right, who have we got here? Hi, Sue. Right. Okay, going for a demo set first. So feet facing forwards, hip bone distance apart. So that's only maybe 4 or 5 inches. It's not very far apart. Our hips aren't miles apart. Soften those knees and take a moment to think about your posture as you relax into Wuji position for starting and finishing. So we're going to just slightly tip that pelvis back to get the spine into a neutral shape, and then stretching up from here on the chest, on the breastbone, lengthening through the front of the body, bringing yourself upright. Golden thread pulling you a little bit taller through the top of your head. Make sure those shoulders are nice and relaxed and down. Arms are open, just hanging loosely at your sides. Soft elbows, soft knees. Slow that breathing down. Double check you're not clenching the buttocks. Jaws nice and relaxed. You're not frowning at me with concentration. Just standing, nice and calm. Take a breath in and out. Breathing in and out. Still in the mind. Letting all the worries disappear. We're not going to think about anything other than our bodies for the next 40 minutes. Stepping out to commence, so at least shoulder width apart, feet facing forwards, soften those knees. Breathing in, bringing the hands up. And out. I'm just going to adjust myself so that I'm in better view. Breathing in. And out. So straightening up through the legs as you breathe in. And slowly sinking back, so the weight's going into the back of the foot. Bottom slightly dropping, pelvis tipping back. Breathing in. So remember, not a big movement up and down. Breathing out. Keeping the torso straight. Breathing in. And out. Okay, arms coming up and wide, broadening one's chest. Breathing in, straightening up. Arms coming out to the side. And breathing out. Sinking back down. Breathing in. And out. Now remember, all the time we're moving to keep those knees back behind the toes. You're never going forward into the knees. think the start of a squat if you're used to gym training. Breathing in and out. Slow and controlled. That slow lower down. You look down, you can still see those toes. Breathing in, straightening up and out. Last one. And breathing out. Okay, straightening up through the legs. Arms are coming up. We're going over to the left, sinking into that left knee. And breathing out to turn to the other side. Dancing with rainbows. Breathing in. And out. And the head's just turning from side to side. Eyes following that active hand for as long as possible. Breathing in, following that hand, then turning the head. Breathing out. And in. The top hand's coming towards the front of the crown of the head, not quite touching. You should be able to feel the heat and warmth from that hand as it gets closer and closer to the head. Keep the hands relaxed, space between all the digits, and a slight curve to the finger and thumb. Breathing in and out. Okay, changing to circling arms, so bringing the arms up, dropping at the knees as they come down, crossing the wrists to breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. This is where if you've been practicing at home, you suddenly think, oh God, I've been going too fast. Sharon's doing this much slower than me. Breathing in and out. Remember, it's all really slow. Aiming for at least 5 seconds for that in-breath gap where you turn the hands, and then a 5-second out-breath. If you can and your breathing will allow it, take the breaths longer, up to 8 seconds if you can. Breathing out. Last one, breathing in, circling arms to breathe out. And hands coming palm up to the front. We're going to turn to the right hand side, dropping the arm back, up and over on the in-breath, and sinking at the knees, pushing away on that out-breath. Straightening up as you drop the arm back and over, breathing in and out. So twist waist, swinging arm, swinging that arm up and over, breathing out. And in. So again, if you need to, bring the arm movement smaller to circle it round, then out, and in, and out. Reaching away with that front arm, and then pulling back, palms just cross each other. Breathing in, arm comes up and over, and breathing out. Arms to the side, it's rowing a boat, so breathing in. Palms facing the ground as you lower them down on the out breath. Straightening up, breathing in, backs of the hands facing behind you. And then lowering those arms down, palms facing the ground. Straightening up. And down. Remember, knees behind toes. Keeping the feet flat to the ground still. They haven't moved yet since we started. Breathing in. And out. Do one more. Breathing in. Arms coming up. Breathing out. Now we get to move the feet. So we're going to take left heel, that's going to come up as the left arm comes across, reaching across the body, palm up, turning the hand, lowering back through center. So it's holding a ball, breathing in, coming up on both heels if you can, breathing out. Coming up with both heels, you're coming up onto your toes. Breathing in, turning the hand, and breathing out. Now these people look like they're lost. So I'm going to have to leave you with that. Do 4 or 5 more of those and then move to carrying the moon while I see what these people want. Okay, I'm back. Apologies, they're lost. Don't want here at all. We've got Southmead Farm, and we have a sign on the door saying, this is not Southmead Farm. Right, hopefully you guys have moved on to carrying the moon. So I'm going to be lifting the heel up. Do my last 2 so I can do the change. Holding a ball. Then both heels dropping, hands coming up, carrying the moon. Breathing out. Breathing in. And Andy's back now. Breathing out. At least if anyone else turns up. He could deal with them. Carrying the moon, in breath, out breath. If you need to lift the heel to turn, but if you can, keep that heel flat to the ground. Last one to this side. We're going to straighten back up through the centre, carry on the way we're moving, turning the body, and we're going to breathe out, push the heel of the hand away. Breathing in and out. Twist, waist, push, palm. And out. Breathing in. And out. And out as you push away. In, back to centre. Now remember, all the twist is coming from you moving the upper part of the body. Arms not reaching across the body at all. It's coming out from the shoulder, pushing away. Breathing in to come back now. Taking the hand out. We're going to turn the palm to face us and go into playing with clouds. Changing the arms over, breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in. Eyes following the palm of that top hand. Breathing out. Check you haven't got the thumb stuck up into the air. Breathing in. And last one, breathing out. Alright, we're going to drop the arms, stepping into the left foot, so half a foot forward and turning that foot. Make sure the back one's still facing forwards. Scooping the C, breathing in, lifting the back heel. Breathing out, raising the toes. Breathing in. And out. Breathing in, taking it as low and as far back as you can comfortably manage. Remember, 70% effort. Make sure as you lift the toes, you're not locking that knee out on the front leg. Changing sides, so stepping back, turning to the right, and breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. Now if you need to, keep this movement really small. So you bring the arms up here and turn to come back. Whatever your shoulders are allowing you. Breathing in and out. Changing to playing with waves, so we're going to push the heels of the hands away and breathe in to pull those fingers back. Breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. Nice and slowly, make sure you're not speeding up too much on this one. Concentrating on what those legs are up to, keeping your balance. not actually reaching far away from you. Movement's coming from the bottom half of the body, pushing you forwards and back. Torso still staying upright. Bringing the hands back, we're going to change sides. So stepping back with the foot, turning the other one. Breathing out and in. Last one, pushing away and pulling those hands back. Now as we push away, we're going to turn the palms in to face us, spreading wings, breathing in as the arms come back and out as they go forward. Again, check what those thumbs are doing. Excuse me. And make sure as the hands come together, they're not touching each other, they're only coming to shoulder width apart. So as you bring those hands forwards, at least a 12-inch rule between them. Breathing in and out. So breathe in, we're going to take the arms wide, change sides, stepping back and turning the other foot out. Get your balance. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Checking what the thumbs are up to. Bring the arms lower if it's too much in your shoulders. Coming back to centre. Feet facing forwards, arms in at the sides. So strong arms, strong fists, fingernails pointing up. Soften those knees. Going to breathe out as we punch away. Breathe in as you pull that elbow back. Breathing out. And in. Breathing out. And in. So really turning that arm bones, going forwards and back. Pushing away. And remember, you don't fully straighten the arms, so still keep that elbow soft. Training these arms. So if they need to, if someone throws an egg at you, you can do a John Prescott and it'll be automatic reaction. Pushing away. Breathing in and out. Dropping the hands to the sides, give the fingers a little wiggle, coming up onto our toes. Check the feet are still facing forward as they should be. Little fingers to the sides of the front of the thighs. I'm going to breathe in, bringing the arms up and breathe out as we lower back down. So heels coming up on the in-breath to where you can comfortably balance. Breathing out. Breathing in and out. Returning the hands to the thighs, breathing in slow lower back down. You're losing the top of my hands there. Breathing in and out. So slow lower. Heels aren't touching the ground until your fingers are returning. Breathing in. Slow and controlled lower. So only go up as high as you can manage. Breathing in and out. Dropping the heels, taking both hands palm facing. I'm going to breathe in, bringing the hands up and around. And breathe out through the bottom half of the circle. So this is circling arms like a spinning wheel. It's breathing in and out. And if you can, breathing in and turning from the waist. Breathing out. Breathing in and out. Change direction at the bottom. Got a breath in and out. Keeping the elbows soft. Hands the same distance apart. So if you imagine you've got this beach ball between the two of them. Palms facing each other. Doing this smaller movement, keeping the head still. Breathing in and out. Bouncing a ball, opposite foot to hand. In breath, out breath. So just lifting the heel or bringing the knee up. Out breath. And if you can manage it, doing that other heel raise when you're up here. So that's an in and out. In and out. If you're feeling a bit warm, so am I. And so is Mavis. Oh, look at that. I'm sure she thinks when I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually talking to her. She gets zenned out by the sound of my voice. Okay, last one to this side. And we'll do one to the other side. Dropping the hands, checking the feet are still facing forwards. Press palms to soften the knees. Breathing in as the hands come up. And breathing out as you lower back down. Remember, this is that rugby ball shape in front of you again. So as the hands come up, they're a little bit further away from the body to nose level. And then a little bit closer as you push them back down. Straightening up through the legs as you breathe in. And then turning the hands to push away as you breathe out. Calming that breathing down. And out. Breathing in. And out. Last one, breathing in and out. Going to bring the hands up to a soft prayer position. The feet come back in, down the centre line of the body. Try and get yourself straight through both sides. Then left hand and right hand onto the lower dantian, just below your tummy button. Make sure those feet are facing forwards. And just take some long, deep breaths in and out as you relax. And watch Mavis licking her bottom. Check through the body, so think about especially gripping with the bottom, making sure you're not doing that. Pelvis is still tipping slightly back. As you breathe in, you can feel the belly expand underneath your hands. And breathe out, starting with the pelvic floor muscles, you're squeezing the air out through the whole body till finally the rib cage drops. Try and hold a gap between the in-breath, then taking a breath in, letting it all go, and then breathing out, starting from the pelvic floor. Breathing in and out. Okay, well done everyone. Thank you very much. I'm going to wake you back up from the shibashi and then do a little bit of balance work. So we'll do our cool down bit now, rubbing the hands. And then a good rub of the face. So anyone who's got to disappear now can disappear if they need to. Back of the neck, into the scalp, give that a good rub. And then tap down the outside of both arms, up the inside, down the outside of the legs, all the way down to the ankles if you can reach them, up the insides, and then wipe outside arms, inside arms, outside legs, inside legs. Right, let's have a look at who's here before we do a little bit of balance work. Hi Teen, hi Ellie. Right, it's warm. Gosh, it's all of a sudden got very warm in here. I'm going to put the fan on. Then we're going to have a look at our balance, because you might be a little bit rusty after having a week off. So, we'll start with feet flat to the floor. I'm coming a bit closer to you because you don't need to see my head for this. We're going hip bone distance apart with the feet. Now think about your standing position. So again, just a slight tip back with the pelvis, but also think about the front of the chest pulling up a little bit. So we've got a nice neutral spine position. Everything's relaxed. I'm going to lift one knee up into a knee float. Now as you do this, your weight's transferring into the standing leg. Make sure you're not hitching the hip up. So we're keeping the hips and the pelvis same height. If you need to, put your hands around your waist so you can feel that still nice and square. And then bringing that knee up into a knee float. Let the foot dangle. And we're just going to stand there. Breathing in and out. Feel the standing leg working. If you're happy your pelvis is nice and square, you can drop the arms to the side. Just standing on one leg. And dropping the foot down. Now you've probably all stood on your right leg because it's probably the one you can stand on one leg better. We tend to favour our good side. I'm going to do the same again for the other side. So checking your position, getting that pelvis back, the torso nice and straight. Hands on the hips if you need to. Transferring the weight into that leg as you bring the knee up and just let that foot dangle. Should be switching on the glute in your standing leg, that's what's holding you there, and stabilising through the ankle. And just look straight ahead, a little bit down, help you balance. Let's say about 2 meters away, and slightly down. Bringing that leg up and letting the foot dangle. changing sides. So we're going to do the same again to the other side, bringing that knee up. This time, if you can, I'm going to try straightening the leg forwards. So as straight as you can get the leg. If you need to bring the leg lower down to get it straight, have it lower. But if you can bring it up to where your knee was, I'm going to straighten it there. Standing on one leg. Then bringing it back to a bent knee, letting the foot dangle, and back to the ground. So all you're doing is standing on one leg with a bent knee, and then you're going to straighten that leg. Point the foot. If you need to get that leg straight, bring it lower. Just standing on one leg. Bending the knee and bringing it back in. Now you should feel you're really working that standing leg. We're now going to back to the first leg, standing into the leg, knees coming up, and then we're going to try taking the knee out to the side. So just to wherever it will comfortably move to, don't force it, and then straighten the leg again. Flex the foot this time. You need to bring it lower. The standing leg still facing forwards. I nearly lost my balance then. But the straight leg to the sides turned out. Bringing it back in and down. Other leg. Coming up into the knee float, wherever you can get to. Turning out to the side, so you're turning from the hip socket, knee and foot pointing the same direction, and then bringing that leg straight with a flex foot. And hold it. Should feel inside of the thigh working. And knee back in, foot down. Now, as always, any of these, if you've got too much wobbling, have a chair by you so you can grab hold of it. And we've still got a couple of minutes left. We're going to try the little red rooster stands on one leg, if I can remember it. So we are going same leg to same arm. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart and facing forwards. And as we move, I'm going to be standing on this left leg, taking my weight across. Going to bring the right leg up into a knee float as the foot dangles and the arms coming up with a bent elbow. Dropping the foot and arm down, making sure that foot stays facing forwards, transferring my weight and coming up with the other one. This little red rooster stands on one leg, slowly moving from one side to the other. Letting that foot dangle. Knees coming up so you've got a right angle if you can from the hip. If I move to the side so you can see what's going on from side to side. Bringing the knee up, letting the foot dangle. And raising the arm. Coming back down. Other side. Keeping that arm you're not using, just relax the side of the body. Okay, so we are going to do 6 of those to each side on the trot to finish. Now you're all loving this. Okay, so coming up and down. That's one. Little red rooster stands on one leg. That's two. Keeping that top hand nice and soft and relaxed. It's that open hand position. Space between all the digits and a slight curl to the fingers. That's three. And remember to let that foot dangle. That's my problem with this. I'm not careful. I seem to dangle my left foot and hold my right foot if I'm not careful. So that's what you're thinking about, having a dangly foot. How many was that? 4? 5. 6. There you go. Thank you very much for joining in. Much appreciated. Like I say, I will update you with the haul. We should be sorting it all out on Thursday. Before you go, anyone who's not local might not have seen this. On Saturday, now I don't know if this is going to show in reverse, isn't it? So that's really clever, Sharon. Holcombe Street Sale, between 12 and 4 p.m. There are 47 addresses in the village that will be putting out little tabletop, a bit like a car boot, but a roving car boot. So there'll be bits and pieces of household stuff for sale. We are putting some stuff out here. I don't think many people will make it this far out of the village, but if you are passing and it's not raining, then do pop in, have a browse, chuck a pound in for the chickens. There's the whole list of everybody. This is on my Facebook page, but I'll also post it in the shibashi group. So you can have a wander around, have a chat, see some people, maybe buy something nice. I think there's some people are selling handmade goods, so cards and bits and pieces like that they've been making during lockdown. So that's happening on Saturday, 12 till 4 in Holcombe. Hopefully we'll have good weather, and that's it from me for now. I'll be back again doing the shibashi next Monday. So have a lovely week. Drop me a message if there's anything you need help with or anything you're not sure about. And keep practicing the balance, and I'll see you next Monday. Bye.